Hello and welcome back to Grim Survival. It is October 2nd, 2020, the year of stupidity. Yeah, it really is. So the President and the First Lady both have confirmed cases of COVID, Corona, whatever you want to call it, whatever they're calling it today. What is it? Corona is the virus and then it gives you COVID, right? Is that how that works? Because I'm kind of confused on it, to be honest with you personally. Kicking things around the floor here. President and the First Lady. Now, I was watching my friend Roderick over at Real Life Prepper. Check out his channel if you haven't done so. And he was talking about social media. He got on social media and he's seen a lot of people saying that, they're glad that the leader of our country is ill. He's gotten the virus. They hope he dies. People are actually saying that. You believe that? That is just insane. I mean, that is insane. Why would you wish that on anybody, even your enemies? I mean, why? Why would you wish that on somebody? I mean, are you the type of people that go around and drop anthrax in people's mailboxes? Is that what we've come to as a country here? All right, so I'm going to give you a list of things that are a little more deadly than the COVID. And I'm going to tell you, I got notes here. Most of my data came from 2017 through 2019 because 2020's data isn't published yet. That won't publish until next year. And even 2019's data is a little iffy, especially... 2020's data on COVID is a little iffy. So, I'm just going to jump right into it. Things that'll kill more people than COVID, and will definitely kill you faster than COVID. Okay, so let's start. Number one is heart disease. So that's 17.7 million deaths of heart disease, and I believe the list I'm going off to is mostly 2017. So that number actually goes up every year. So you can probably guesstimate a few 100,000 more on all these numbers I'm going to give you, except for a couple of them I actually pulled out the most recent data that I could. So anyway, heart disease kills 17.7 million people. So McDonald's has killed more people than COVID. Cancer, 9.6 million people have died of cancer. This is all worldwide. Keep this in mind. This is not just based on the United States. This information came from the World Health Organization, the WHO. Yeah, the WHO. So cancer, almost 10 million people die of cancer every year. But we're really, really working hard on that COVID vaccine. Respiratory and lung disease, 3.9 million. I've skipped a few of these because, I just did. Respiratory and lung disease, smoking, cigarettes have killed more people. 3.9, almost 4 million people. Dementia, just being crazy. Dementia is not being crazy. It does have that kind of effect on people. If you've ever known anyone with it, which I have, they tend to go a bit crazy. They really do. They say mean things, and it really does affect the brain, and it kills people. 2.5 million people. Diabetes. In my data here, diabetes killed 1.3 million people the year of this study. 1.3 million from diabetes. That could also be attributed to McDonald's or sodas. A lot of people get diabetes from the excessive sugar and things like that in sodas. Liver disease, alcohol, 1.3 million also. Car accidents, 1.35 million. It's in the 1.3 million. So it's definitely more dangerous driving your car than to walk through Walmart with your mask off. Kidney disease is 1.2 million. The current COVID right now is also in the 1.2 million mark for worldwide. 1.2 million deaths for COVID. Now, just to go under it a little bit, tuberculosis is still a thing. Did you know? 1.18 million people. AIDS has killed over 1 million people. Suicide, 700,000. Homicides were 400,000. So I guess your gun control arguments are just, if you want to control something, control the virus, right? Control the mythical virus. So let's talk about those 1.2 million deaths from COVID just for a second. Now, I know for a fact, and I have seen these stories, I've read these stories, and I believe these stories. Some of them even came from mainstream media. And then they say that, I will give you a primary example. Somebody went to the hospital. This actually happened. Went to the hospital with gunshot wounds. He was more than likely going to pass away anyway. While in the hospital with gunshot wounds, which he was dying from, he contracted, so they say, COVID, and then died of COVID. Example 2, old man. This actually happened. Old man. He was already dying. He was on his deathbed. He was very old. He went to the hospital to ease his passing, to make it less painful. supposedly caught COVID while he was there, died of COVID. And these are just a couple of examples of people who die of COVID, right? I mean, you get stabbed 30 times, you get COVID, you die of COVID, right? That's how this works. That's the information that I'm reading here. Let's hope you don't get stabbed a bunch of times and then die of COVID. That would be a horrible way to go after being stabbed so many times and then you die of COVID. I mean, I'd be ticked off about that personally. I would be really ticked off. I mean, I got stabbed this many times and I'm going to die of COVID. Yeah. So President and First Lady have it. I've known people who have it. I'm pretty sure I did have it. I never went to the hospital to get tested, but I'm 90% sure I did. So did my wife and my children, I might add. Flu symptoms were worse. COVID made me sleepy. Yeah, I slept for a day. And I drank a bunch of orange juice. And whenever I get ill or feel like I'm getting ill, have a cold, flu, whatever may come around, which is rare. It really is rare for me and for my family. But whenever we feel something like that coming on, everybody takes vitamin C gummies. We get them from Costco or wherever you want to go. You can get vitamin C gummies. You take about 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C per day, and you will not stay sick very long. Vitamin C, yeah, really does help. Multivitamins also help. You know, being in decent health helps. Exercise, eating right, avoiding fast foods. It will help. Cook your own food. It really does. Cook your own food. Avoid McDonald's. 17.7 million people from heart disease. It's not all McDonald's fault, obviously. You can blame a lot of different fast foods, but heart disease really does come from what we eat. It's clogging your arteries. It's making your heart, work so much harder. And when your heart's working harder than it has to, sometimes it just wants a day off. And yeah, when it wants a day off, it's not too good for you. Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe the COVID hype. I don't believe the corona hype. Masks. There are several conspiracies going around about COVID and masks. I was watching Marfugal News. It was probably about a week ago, and they were showing videos of people ripping open masks and pulling out RFID tracking devices out of the masks. And the companies that were making the masks admitted, yeah, we're putting them in there. We wanted to see how many times someone washed the mask before they threw it away. How would you know? Even with an RFID tracking, how would you know? How would you know they threw it away? Unless you're tracking it. All right, so COVID has a lot of conspiracies. Main conspiracy is, it was done on purpose, that somebody engineered the virus and then let it loose. That's the one I believe. I will tell you, I believe that. I believe that the COVID virus is a trial run. And if you want, a little more of my conspiracy theory, a trial run for what? NWO, New World Order, have been wanting to decrease the population of the planet for a long time. Yeah, decrease the population of the planet. Why would we want to kill off billions of people? Why? Because there's not enough resources anymore. We are running out of resources for the entire planet. We are running out. We are running out of clean water. We are running out of food. We cannot currently feed the entire planet as it is. A couple billion more people, and yeah, there's not going to be enough for anything. One little disaster can kill millions and millions of people now, because millions and millions of people are all grouped in the same areas. I mean, what is it, like several million people live in just New York City, right? I think it's several million. I didn't look up the number. It's in the million. I know it's over a million. Yeah, it's when you pack so many people into such a small area and don't give them the ability to support themselves, any little thing will just wipe them all out. Have you ever played SimCity? SimCity is an awesome game to play because you can build a huge city and you can pack millions of people in it, and then you can hit a little button and it makes an earthquake. And yeah, we won't go there anymore. You can hit a button and make an alien invasion too on SimCity. It's a game I used to play a long time ago. I think they have newer versions. But yeah, that's a different video for a different time. Yeah, so the president and first lady got COVID. I wouldn't be concerned about it. I'd be more concerned with the people who gave it to him and are trying to kill him off than I would be concerned with him actually having it. My wife knew somebody had it. Actually more than one from where she works. Confirmed had the COVID. 14 days later, they were back at work. 14 days of quarantine, back at work. And they said the symptoms were, you know, the flu. They've had flu that was worse than that. That's what they said. That's my quote there. So yeah, COVID. Mask theories. I have a theory on masks. I'm going to tell you this. This is my personal conspiracy theory. I haven't read this anywhere. I haven't looked this up anywhere, but just knowing what I know about technology, I have an idea about masks. I think, you know, masks cover you about right here. So what if, have you ever seen on your phone, I can't show you because my phone's here. My phone does have it. It has eye scanners now on all the phones to unlock. Instead of a thumbprint or a facial recognition, it actually scans your retina. Now your retina is the same as your fingerprint. Everyone is different. Every single one is different. So what if the facial recognition technology is having trouble scanning people's eyes because of, you know, facial recognition's covering your whole face, and to people with different beards and different things like that. But no matter what you change about your face, unless you tattoo your eye, which I think is a thing now, unless you tattoo your eye, and even if, I don't know, but your eye is always the same. It's like your thumbprint. So what if the masks are just so that they can get good scans of everybody's eyes? Hey, that's the grim theory of the day. Yeah. YouTube really loves my conspiracy theories. I have a video about it somewhere that I just spouted off a whole bunch of them. Lost a bunch of subscribers that day. But hey, that's what I do. Hey, I'm almost to that 1,000 mark. If I last time I checked, I was needing like 75 more. Well, it depended on where I checked, because if I checked YouTube, one app, it said 925, but if I check another app, it says 950, and I checked another app and I refresh it a lot, it jumps up and down. I don't know. Anyway, hit the like button if you like. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. It helps either way. Yeah, don't forget the bell icon after you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that. I'll have something more for you soon if I'm still in this state tomorrow, which is questionable. So, all right, this has been Grim Survival, and I will see you on the next video as soon as I remember where I